May profits be upon you. How are you today? I'm hoping that you're doing great. You are trading with RT Money on a Saturday. Let's take a look, man. Let's take a look. Let's do some analysis. Let's first take a look at the RT Money meter. Why are we looking at the RT Money meter? Because we're getting ready to do some analysis, man, on NZDUSD, the New Zealand dollar against the US dollar, right? The RT Money meter tracks the rate of change over a period of 15 weeks for each currency. I update every week, and I updated yesterday. US dollar still number one, still the strongest by far. But last week it was 8.45. This week it is 8.39. Got a little weaker. We had FOMC. We had non-farm payroll. Less than hawkish tone from the Fed, and then bullish numbers for the NFP. So, US is still the one that you want to put all the weak ones against, right? Now we come down to the NZD. New Zealand dollar was ranked number 4 last week at -509. This week it is still ranked number 4, but at -453. Somebody's getting a little bit stronger, a little bit, just a little tick up. All right, you had an Aussie dollar interest rate hike that gave it that kind of drug it up along with it, because they're Aussie and New Zealand dollar are closely related. It may, caught a little updraft with that, but it is considerably weaker than the Aussie dollar. Okay, so with that in mind, their charts look the same. The Aussie dollar against the US dollar, the New Zealand dollar against the US dollar. They look very much similar, but you'll see that the New Zealand dollar is a little weaker. And we have to use that, right? Look on the monthly. We're going to do a top-down analysis on the monthly. What do we see? We see price swang up and had this huge sell-off, right? Huge sell-off. So this is what? A bearish engulfer, a very strong bearish engulfer. Why didn't it disappear? Uh-oh, I'm starting to exhaust data. All right, so when you see that hard push down, you expect price to come back and test the selling, the buy up to the aggressive sell down where they cross. You expect that area to be tested. Okay, and I don't know why this thing is lagging so much. I am exhausting my data. That's ridiculous. Okay, so that's what I'm looking at here. All right, that's what we're looking at here. You see that price did come up. Listen, if price is starting down this leg of structure, all right, you see that there was a fair value gap left behind as price moved up, taking off the liquidity there and breaking structure to the upside. That's how you know you got a valid zone of demand. But the deal is, it's smooth traffic coming back down there to rebalance what is imbalanced. Okay, and once price breaks this line here right around 63.80, it's gonna have a good run. We got this. We're on the precipice of some really good profits. Let's take a look at the an opportunity for profits anyway. All right, what we can see on the weekly is very bearish, great momentum to the downside, and like I mentioned before, price did come back up to test this. What was hard support now is resistance, right? Remember that rule? Okay, and we can expect price to quite possibly continue down. Okay, and you see the traffic here, all right? There's no traffic. Once it gets past this line, Once it breaks that support, oh my gosh, boom. And this is a zone of demand. The deal about it is this demand zone, if we were going to mark it like so, you see how it was mitigated here, and then price came down close to it and sprang from this area. You can see it's just pushing right on through, and I believe it'll take that low out. All right. And when you start to see demand giving way to supply, you know who's in control, who's losing the control, and who's gaining the control. Buyers are not going to be in control. They're losing that struggle here, and sellers have been hammering them for a minute. You understand? This is on the weekly. Each candle is a week. You get what I'm talking about? You're picking up what I'm putting down. I hope so. All right, so let's go to the daily. See what we can see. Again, price has made another bearish engulfer. All right, the body is engulfing this candle. It closed below that low. All right, before that, it closed before lower than that open, which is great. And the entire candle has been enveloped in this one. That's why it's called engulf, right? But and prices come back up again to retest that area. All right, and you would think you see how price found rejection here, rejection there. All right, quite possibly price may want to test that area again. That's possible, but this is good, what do you call, efficient price movement so far. Now, price did not close lower on Friday. It did not close lower than the previous candle. That's something I want to watch. All right, if it had closed, if there was a close below it, you know, or a wick below it, you know, it would tell me that, it would give you a hint as to the momentum and the intent of price. You know, being that it closed as an inside candle, you know, there's a hint that maybe price may change direction here. It's very weak. We do have the engulfer here. Price could come back up and then flush. We don't know. We're going to see. All right, let's take a look at the 4 hour. I said floor hour. Okay. Now, the interest rate hike with in the Aussie had New Zealand following behind it, almost in a mirror. All right, taking that high out. All right, for liquidity. Come on, man. Why won't you act right? I don't understand. All right, yeah. Took out that liquidity there, and then flushed. Okay. Do I think price is going to come back up there? No. You know why? Because if it was, you know what I look for already: a low, a lower, a pullback, a lower low, a break above the pullback high here, right? And a return to impulse. The impulse would have been down here. All right. This would have been a pretty nice situation to take a counter trend trade to the upside. However, it went through the bottom. It broke the low. All right. That's not in the script. That's not part of the setup. What it does is indicate that price is got more momentum to the downside. There was that shift from bearish to bullish did not complete. All right. We are still bearish and price is weak. And the last 4 hour candle closed below the previous 4 hour candle. And I'm looking at this situation as how are we going to play the open? Two scenarios. All right, we can break these lows, and remember this low I was talking about before. All right, to the end of that the bottom of the bullish order block to the left, or the demand zone. All right, we could take this low out and continue down to that demand zone. Sorry, to that demand zone down here, because remember, I told you we got, it seems like clear traffic between here and there. That is a lot of pips to that zone from here. That's about 260 pips. You understand? That's not a little bit of pips. All right, that's one trade at 1%. You know, you risk 1% of your account size on that trade. You're going to pass your challenge in one trade. You understand? Okay. All right. You just have to manage your risk and everything, but that's a whole nother lesson. Okay. But what I'm going to be looking for is on the open in a very weak market like this one, where you see momentum coming in, coming in bearish like that. You got to think there's a chance that price may gap on the open and just flush and continue to flush, take out this low and enter that no traffic zone. All right. So the open's going to be very important. All right. I would wait until price, see how many times it's hit this area for support. All right. I would wait if it opens that way for price, if it gaps, to push, take out this low and wait for the pullback, because there's going to be a pullback. After you take out liquidity, there's going to be some kind of pullback, some kind of retracement. All right. And I'm looking for that retracement to take a high probability trade and hold it, so that we can go down and take out this traffic. All right. I'm thinking that price would come back up, retest after the break of these lows. Now, in the case that price wants to retrace, all right, remember, we got a gap here. Got another gap there. All right. Could price want to pull back all the way to that area where I had mentioned before? So maybe it might visit that again. Maybe. But I'm going to mark this zone out here. Supply. And if price comes back up here, no problem. I'll be waiting. No problem. I'll be waiting. Just like that. All right. Because it may want to take out the sweep the high. Sweep. I don't know what just happened there. All right. So you may want to sweep the high before taking that long trip down. And I would not be surprised to see it do that. Okay. Can you dig it? Can you pick up what I'm putting down, man? So come on, man. What I'm choosing the stuff like I'm supposed to. All right. So I like that. I like that scenario. But if price opens up here, no problem. We'll wait for it to take that liquidity. I'll wait anyway. You can do what you want. I'm going to wait till it takes that liquidity and wait for the pullback. And then I'll take that pullback down. I'm hoping that it forms like this little baby engulfer here. If we see bearish candles after that, I'm waiting for the pullback. If that pullback is more subtle and this is a little bit more aggressive, it'll come back in here. It'll, the candle will open, you'll see a wick up, and then price will continue. But I want to see a close of this opening candle first. I want to see it break here. And then I'll be waiting for that pullback. I'll be waiting for the pullback here for a high probability trade to the downside. Oh, you understand what I just said. Okay, good. Because I'm not waiting for an answer, right? All right, boom, boom. We'll see. I'm looking forward to it because I think this is going to be a good one. I think this is going to be a good one because this market is pretty weak against a very strong market in the US dollar. All right. Do not forget, tap that like button for me. It helps support this channel. Your comments help support this channel. Leave some feedback for a brother. I love to read your feedback. I answer every comment that people leave. Every last one of them. All right, even on TradingView. Look for me on TradingView. You'll find me, RT Money. All right, and you'll see that I respond to everybody's comments. Okay, and do not forget to subscribe so you can catch the updates. I'm going to leave a couple of videos left and right on your screen that also talk about the upcoming week and look for setups that we can, keep an eye out for. And I want you to enjoy the rest of your weekend. And thank you for tuning in. Okay, I'll see you in the next one.